Hello everyone, welcomes to my Sister Wives Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Maria Georgas of The Bachelor finally responds to Nick Viall's wife, calling her delusional. Following comments made by Nick Viall's new wife, Natalie Joy, that The Bachelor star Maria Georgas was delusional in a recent Viall Files podcast episode, Georgas is at last defending herself. During the most recent season of the reality dating series, Maria, a significant character on The Bachelor season 28 alongside Joey Graziadei, made it all the way to hometowns. Even though Maria and Joey seemed to have a lot in common, she found it hard to confide in Joey about her emotions. Although Joey and Maria weren't meant to be together, Maria won over the hearts of the audience. In a podcast episode of Off the Vine, hosted by Bachelor alum Kaitlyn Bristow, Maria revealed that she wasn't responding positively to Natalie's remarks about her. To each their own, Maria replied, "I had mentioned a tiny conspiracy theory I had on the show. I was fooling around when I said that." Maria revealed that, because Nick knew both of the ladies before they appeared on the show, she had made jokes about his meddling in Bachelor production to further her rivalry with Sydney Gordon this season. Nick and Natalie vehemently denied any involvement, but Maria clarified that everything had been a prank. While many contestants on Bachelor Nation have no connection to previous cast members, Maria was one of the fortunate ones to be in a relationship with a former cast member. Maria revealed that she had known Nick for a long time and that, despite occasional lulls in their communication, they always found our way back to communicating in a friendly manner. When Nick didn't appear to get her joke, Maria explained that she thought he would kind of laugh that off, but also appreciate that I was being supportive, which left her perplexed. The notoriety surrounding the miscommunication between Maria, Nick, and Natalie made things more challenging, but in her most recent podcast appearance, Maria attempted to correct the record. The Bachelor Nation entanglement featured Sydney from season 28 of The Bachelor, Nick, who is friendly with Nick and has an established relationship with Maria, and Ashley Iaconidi, another Bachelor Nation veteran. When Maria found out she and Sydney would both be on the show, she made a joke about Nick and Ashley setting up a rivalry between them. The accusation hurt Nick and Natalie, but Maria was joking. Maria and the other Bachelor Nation grads should be able to move past the drama they've been involved in now that the myth has been dispelled. Even though Maria's joke didn't work on Nick and Natalie, their reaction was awkward and widely reported, raising the possibility that they should have apologized to the almost Bachelorette. Maria's experience on The Bachelor will always be remembered for her razor-sharp wit and sense of humor, regardless of whether she pursues a career in reality television or not. Discussing Natalie Joy's delusional dissertation is Maria Georgas. Speaking on Kaitlyn Bristow's podcast, Maria Georgas clarified Natalie Joy's claim that she was delusional. What was the villain on Bachelor say in regards to the jab? Following the conclusion of season 28 of The Bachelor in March, Maria Georgas had been remarkably quiet. She did, however, make up for lost time this month with a flurry of exciting podcast appearances. Earlier this month, she made her debut on the well-known Call Her Daddy podcast. Maria disclosed that she was pals with Nick Viall from Bachelor Nation in the past. The fourth-place finisher from season 28 of The Bachelor, Nick Viall, asserted that if she ever joined the ABC reality show, she would be edited as a villain. When Maria entangled with multiple other ladies during Joey Graziadei's season, his prediction came to pass. The synchronicity made her question if she had received the villain edit because of Nick Viall in some way. On his podcast, the former Bachelor responded to Maria's remarks. Natalie Joy, his spouse, offered her perspective as well, labeling Maria's assertions as delusional. This week, Maria Georgas spoke about the conflict between Nick and Natalie as a guest on Kaitlyn Bristow's Off the Vine podcast. Regarding the allegation that Nick was involved in her villain edit, she claimed not to be serious. She found it shocking that he took it so personally, in fact. Maria remarked to Kaitlyn, "I thought he would kind of laugh that off, but also appreciate that I was being supportive and giving kind words." Maria retorted, "To each their own," in response to Natalie Joy's delusional slander, via Us Weekly. Because of Nick Viall's dubious social media background of like Maria Georgas' images, Bachelor Nations had already assumed that he had gotten in touch with her. The Bachelorette acknowledged that she was friends with Nick before they met on the Call Her Daddy podcast. Regarding their relationship, she told Kaitlyn Bristowe that it was always friendly. Maria expanded on Kaitlyn's podcast commentary. "Of course we have," Maria replied in response to a question about their in-person meetings. Following the release of the Off the Vine podcast episode, Maria Georgas appeared to put an end to her rivalry with Nick Viall and Natalie Joy. "Things are now concluded. It's time to move on and discuss anything else," the woman stated on her Instagram story. Since their breakup, Jason Tartick and Kaitlyn Bristowe have been co-parenting their 2 dogs. However, many are worried about the Bachelor Nation star's social media activities. Will they be dividing the linked fur brothers up? Jason Tartick and Kaitlyn Bristowe divided up the responsibilities of raising their golden retrievers during their 4 years of dating. Pino was brought together with Kaitlyn's previously acquired dog, Ramen, after the pair adopted Pino in 2019. The 2 dogs rapidly grew close to one another. The Bachelor Nation celebrities called it quits on their engagement in 2021 after 2 years. They did, however, agree to divide up dog custody. They have been transporting the dogs back and forth between their separate homes as promised thus far. However, supporters are worried that Kaitlyn and Jason intend to split the dogs apart based on their recent social media posts. "Anyone notice that Kaitlyn currently has Ramen and Jason has Pino?" posed the concerned question on Reddit. "I wonder if they're considering separating them," they continued. Given that Jason Tartick recently dated someone else, the question is extremely pertinent now. On the Reddit discussion, at least one Bachelor Nation fan said that having just one parent would be preferable for the dogs. They wrote, "One person should give up the dogs for their sake." On social media, Kaitlyn Bristowe frequently receives a lot of abuse. However, a few Redditors stepped out to support her. Regarding the prospect of dividing Ramen and Pino, one person commented, "I really can't envision Kaitlyn doing that." Kaitlyn recently stated on the Ben and Ashley podcast that they would never split the dogs up, said the other. "The dogs are closest pals. Dog lovers don't need to worry, the 2 puppies will soon get back together." She said the dogs will be back together this weekend, read one comment. "I've been considering Jason moving out of Nashville and giving them up. So why are the dogs currently apart? I think Kaitlyn has Ramen registered to fly as an ESA, but Pino is not," a perceptive follower remarked. "Given that she was unable to bring him, I assume Jason kept Pino." Both of them have insisted vehemently that they will not divide the dogs. It appears like Kaitlyn Bristowe and Jason Tartick will keep sharing the pets for the time being. But are you also of the opinion that one of them will eventually have to give up Pino and Ramen? Post your thoughts in the comments section.